Have you ever been in a situation where someone suddenly snapped at you? Maybe a co-worker, a partner, or even a stranger, and your body just froze or exploded with emotion. You replayed it later in your head, wondering why you couldn't stay calm, why their words rattled you so deeply, why you didn't handle it with the coolness you know you're capable of. In today's world, where emotions are weaponized and social interactions can turn volatile in a heartbeat, staying calm is no longer just a virtue, it's a strategic advantage. And to truly master that calm, we're going to draw from one of history's most controversial but deeply insightful thinkers, Niccolò Machiavelli. Often misunderstood as a teacher of deceit, Machiavelli was, in fact, a master of human behavior. Someone who saw through the masks people wear and offered tools to survive and thrive in a chaotic world. In this video, I'll take you deep into the Machiavellian mindset, not just as a history lesson, but as a modern survival guide. You'll learn how to keep your composure in high-stress confrontations, how to disarm people without aggression, and how to gain the psychological edge through silence, unpredictability, and presence. And at the very end, I'll share one principle Machiavelli hinted at, but never said out loud, that can make you nearly untouchable in any conflict. 1. Understand the stage. Machiavelli believed that society is a stage, and people are actors playing out roles driven by ambition, fear, vanity, and desire. Confrontation, then, is not about finding truth. It's not even about who's right or wrong. It's a performance, a test of power, of control, of dominance. If you enter a confrontation thinking it's purely emotional or ethical, you're already behind. To win, you must first see the game for what it is. That doesn't mean being manipulative, it means being aware. When someone lashes out at you, recognize their behavior might be driven by ego, insecurity, or fear of losing face. You don't have to react emotionally to emotional behavior. You don't have to react emotionally to emotional behavior. In fact, Machiavelli would say that your first weapon is observation. Step back mentally. See the confrontation not as a personal attack, but as a scene in a play. You are the director, not just another actor. By detaching from the narrative, you gain space to think. You don't escalate. You don't fumble for the right words. You breathe, you assess, and you prepare your next move. Machiavelli's brilliance lies in reminding us that power doesn't always come from action. It often comes from perception. Appear in control, and you are in control. 2. Master your emotions. Now let's go deeper. Staying calm isn't about pretending you don't feel anything, it's about mastering the storm inside. Machiavelli admired leaders who didn't show their internal chaos. He praised those who kept their emotions locked behind the mask of strategy. This wasn't repression, it was control. When you're confronted, your brain wants to fight or flee. But Machiavelli would say, don't react. Calculate. Let them shout. Let them posture. Meanwhile, you breathe, you hold your posture, and you stay still. One of the most Machiavellian things you can do in a confrontation is refuse to be moved by the noise. That refusal is power. Even philosophers like Marcus Aurelius echoed this in Stoicism. He wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Machiavelli, though not a Stoic, understood the weaponization of this idea. When you remain emotionally neutral, not robotic but unfazed, you flip the power dynamic. You make the other person question their own intensity. And that psychological shift, that's how you turn confrontation into influence. 3. Speak less, watch more. In any confrontation, the most powerful person isn't always the loudest. It's usually the one who watches in silence, measuring every word. Machiavelli warned against excessive openness. He believed that rulers, and by extension all of us, should reveal little and observe much. When you speak too quickly in a heated situation, you often speak from ego. You defend, you justify, you argue. But when you hold back and watch, people begin to reveal themselves. Their patterns, their fears, their real intentions start to slip out. In silence, people overextend. That's when you strike, not with aggression, but with clarity. This strategy also unsettles people. Your silence becomes a mirror. They project their fears onto it. They imagine you're judging them, outthinking them, or planning something they can't see. And in a Machiavellian sense, mystery creates power. The less they know about what you're thinking, the more they worry. Let them fill in the blanks while you calmly hold your ground. 4. Control the frame. Here's a deeper level most people miss. It's not the content of the argument that matters, it's the frame. The frame is the psychological lens through which the confrontation is seen. And the person who controls the frame controls the reality of the situation. Let's say someone's yelling at you in public. If you react emotionally, you confirm the frame, this is a chaotic fight. But what if instead, you stay calm and lower your voice? Suddenly the energy changes. You've reframed it. This is not a fight, it's a misunderstanding. That subtle shift can flip the power dynamic entirely. Machiavelli would advise rulers to define the terms of the debate before the debate even starts. In personal confrontations, you can do this too. Ask calm, directed questions like, "What do you hope to achieve here? Can you explain that more clearly? What would resolution look like for you?" These questions change the tempo. They move the confrontation from chaos to structure, and you become the one steering the ship. Framing is more than a tactic. It's a form of soft power, invisible, but incredibly effective. 5. Unpredictability as a weapon. Staying calm is a powerful trait, but always being calm can make you predictable. And in Machiavelli's world, predictability is a danger. It's like a map to your behavior. If people can trace your reactions before you even give them, they will use that information against you. Machiavelli advised rulers to be composed, yes, but also to be strategic in breaking pattern. He understood that an opponent who knows all your moves no longer fears you. So while calmness should be your baseline, a touch of calculated unpredictability creates psychological leverage. This doesn't mean becoming erratic or emotionally unstable. Machiavelli never endorsed weakness disguised as volatility. It means knowing when to inject controlled intensity. Maybe you're in a confrontation where someone is testing your limits because you've always been patient. Suddenly, you speak with force, clear, measured, unshakable. That rare display of fire tells them, your calm is not a lack of power, it's the result of it. This unpredictability confuses aggressive people. They begin to hesitate. They can't anticipate whether you'll respond with warmth or steel. And that hesitation, that's your upper hand. Machiavelli called this the art of appearing. He understood that power is not just in what you are, but in what you allow others to believe about you. You might appear kind, even passive. But once someone steps out of line, you shift tone, just slightly. You assert a boundary without flinching. That contrast between who they thought you were and who you reveal yourself to be in the moment creates a deep psychological impression. They don't forget it, and they're far less likely to challenge you again. This is how true tacticians operate, not by dominance, but by creating psychological uncertainty, just enough to demand respect. Staying calm in confrontation isn't just a personal virtue, it's a Machiavellian strategy. When you observe more than you speak, when you control your emotional state, when you shift the frame and add a dash of unpredictability, you don't just survive conflict, you master it. Machiavelli wasn't teaching cruelty, he was teaching clarity. He knew that in a world driven by fear, ambition, and ego, the one who remains centered commands respect. And now, you have that power too. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below. What's the calmest you've ever been in a heated moment? Let's build a community of tacticians, people who don't just react to the world but shape it. Remember, it is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Stay calm, stay calculated, and I'll see you in the next one.